This is going to be a little parts description unboxing video for my new MiniMill from OpenBuilds. I want to show you all the parts I have. Everything I have is enough to build the entire little CNC machine. I'll start with the router. This is the Makita RT0701C. I chose it. One of the popular ones for this MiniMill is the DeWalt 611. This has the same horsepower, 1.25 horsepower. This is 6.5 amp machine. I chose this one because it has a wider RPM range. It'll go from 10,000 to 30,000. The DeWalt 611 will only go from 16,000 to 27,000, and I really wanted the lower end RPM for cutting metals and stuff. Another popular one is the Bosch Colt. Its low RPM is 15,000, and it's only a 1 horsepower or 5.6 amp machine. On the Makita, the part we will use is just this part. We won't use the base, and this will fit into a mount that's provided with the OpenBuilds kit. The mount will require an adapter. The mount is actually designed for the Bosch Colt. Now this machine, if you buy it new, it's $100. I got a almost new one, a excellent condition one on eBay for $80. The Colt is also $100. The DeWalt's a little more expensive. It's $120. So that's the router. Now the machine requires 3 stepper motors. OpenBuilds has 2 versions, and one of them is a super high torque 345 ounce-inch stepper, and then a much lower one. I got one kind of in between. This is a 269 ounce-inch stepper. It runs at 2.8 amps. It's a kind of a compromise on power and price. These were $20 each. I got them on at Stepper Online. Okay, I'll set that over there. This is the power supply for the unit. OpenBuilds recommends a 24 amp. I went ahead and got a 36 amp power supply. It's a MiniMill power supply. I thought the extra power won't hurt. And that'll actually mount on the back of the MiniMill. Okay. And that was $35 from an eBay vendor, new. You also need a controller. I got this from SMW3D. It's called the Gratis, G-R-A-D-S, Gratis Pro CNC. It'll handle 4 stepper drivers. However, 2 of them are mirrored, so it would be like you could have 2 for the Y-axis and 1 for the X and 1 for the Z. This machine doesn't need 2 for the Y-axis. Also from them I got these Bigfoot stepper drivers. These will handle 3 amp output, which is plenty for the steppers. This holds the stepper drivers and the controller board, about $105. Also a couple of other little things. A cable that I had. I've got a million of these. To connect to the power supply. I bought a light ring to mount below the router to light up the workpiece. And then I have some limit switches. Actually, I don't know how much these are. I have these already. Got 3 of them. I bought them for a 3D printer project and never used them, so I will use them on this project. And the controller will handle, the controller does have inputs for 3 limit switches. Okay. So now, the good stuff. Here, this is the OpenBuilds MiniMill kit. I love the way it came packaged. The shipping weight was 15 pounds. It's about 7 kilograms. And they put it in a nice heavy-duty box, and then they put edge protectors on 4 of the edges, corner protectors. Well protected. Now they shipped, if you live in the USA, you can get it priority mail. I ordered it on Thursday and got it on Saturday. Of course, OpenBuilds is in New Jersey and I'm in New York. So, okay, let's see what's in here. Now this is the real unboxing part. You've got a little tape on it. Okay, now, when you order this, you have the option, you can order your power supply and your stepper motors in the bundle with them. I had decided to get my steppers and power supply elsewhere. They also have, you can buy a controller board from them. The only thing that they don't sell is a router, so you'd have to get that elsewhere anyway. Okay, and they got a complete parts list. Check, that's good. Let's see here. Well packaged, lots of bubble wrap. Like I might need these scissors again. I'll rearrange here. Now, this is the C-beam. This is what the gantries ride on. If you look at OpenBuilds, I'm not going to do a build video of this because at OpenBuilds they have full assembly instructions in a video. It's an hour and 45 minutes long, and it's very detailed and very thorough. In fact, when I build this, I'll have my tablet up here and watch it as I build. So I won't do a build video, but I wanted you to see what these look like. I've got instead of opening this up right now, they do have, man, they've got this packed well here. I may have, it's hard to see, but they've got the lead screws in here. And there's 3 of those, 1 for each axis. I don't think there's anything else packed in there. So this is the C-beam and the lead screws. I have a piece of C-beam from or not C-beam. Let's see. Here, this is a piece I had left over from my 3D printer. It's not C-beam. On the C-beam, it's shaped. It's got 4 and then 1 on each end. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, this is just a 1x4 piece. It's 20 millimeters by 80 millimeters. This, and the C-beam is the same, except it's got extra pieces. I'm sorry, it's got extra pieces on top there. Okay, and so you attach stuff to these with, they have little T-nuts that slide into the slots and M5 screws to screw in. You can also screw into these end holes. They would need to be tapped. But this is, and then the carriages, the gantries ride on wheels in the slots. This is called V-slot. It's an OpenBuilds trademark extrusion. Okay, let's get this other stuff out and see what I got. Put this aside. This is one of the first things I wanted to check, because I had to make an adapter for this mount for the Makita router. Okay, like I say, this is actually designed for the Bosch Colt. So it has a 71 millimeter inner diameter, and the DeWalt has a, I believe it's a 69 millimeter diameter. So you even have to have some sort of adapter for the DeWalt. The Bosch is a 65 millimeter diameter shaft, so I had to design my own 3D mount for that. I'm gonna have a lot of these stickers, I know. Anyway, you put the router in there and clamp it on. My adapter will fit inside here to clamp on. But I did want to see, I wanted to check the actual, see if it's actually 71 or a little over. I'm getting a 70.75, so it's a little, maybe a little undersized. So I may have to adjust my files a little for that. I made my outer diameter of my adapter exactly 71, so okay, that's good. And of course it's got the screws for holding the clamp in. So now a lot of these are just going to be screws and T-nuts and stuff like that. We'll see. Yeah, this has got, there's a lot of M5 screws. I've also got the eccentric spacers. Looks like there's some set screws in here. So it screws, eccentric spacers, and some set screws, different lengths. Okay, these are some of the plates. These are the anti-backlash plates that'll ride the lead screws. Those are to mount on the gantries on the underneath side. This is jog knobs that go on the end of the lead screws, so you can manually jog the gantries, move them back and forth by hand. And these are the, I forget what they're called. They go on the lead screws to hold them in place. And compression adapters to fit these fit the lead screw onto the stepper motor. Okay. There's 3 of those, 1 for each axis. Okay. Okay, this is the gantry plate, the mounting plate for the router. So this will ride on the Z-axis router. This clamp will attach like that to hold the router. Also the handles, these handles will fit on the side of the Z-axis support post so that you can easily move the MiniMill. They've packaged all of this stuff really well protected and organized, I should say. So these are the plates for the X and Y axis. This is these two. These are the end caps for the actuator. So these will go on the ends of the C-beam. And you'll mount the stepper motors to that and run their lead screws through. And so it looks like they did it axis by axis. It gave you two end caps and the gantry plate. Now this, I believe this is this is both of them, I guess. Okay, so these are the gantry plates. One will be for the X-axis, and it will also be the build plate, and then the other will be for the Y-axis. Okay. These are the end caps for the remaining axes. Also some those are some bearings. I'm guessing those are for some of the wheels, because I don't know why else. I don't know what else they would be. It's just odd that they're in a package. And then these are some corner mounting brackets for mounting the various parts, and some twist ties for cable management. Okay, these are a lot of the wheel kits. Okay, there's 2 sizes of wheels. On the X gantry, and that's what the build plate will be mounted on the X gantry. It uses the mini V wheels. They're smaller. They're I'll open it into the kits. So in each kit, you get 2 bearings, 2 1mm shims, call them precision shims, and a lock nut. And what you do is you pop a bearing in one side, and you drop in a precision shim, and then you put the other bearing in. I hope you can see this. And then when you mount the spacers or the eccentric spacers in one of the screws, you'll put the other spacer, other precision spacer between a spacer and the bearing and then the nut. So these are the mini V wheels, the small ones. And then the large ones work the same, except you can see they're bigger. Okay, these will be for the X and or the Y and Z gantry plates, and they'll roll on the outside. I believe that's right, on the outside of the C-beam. Okay, so the little ones will ride on the inside of the C-beam. Okay, last one. Okay, this is a lot of the support brackets for building the support, attaching all the C-beam together. That's very nice. Okay, I believe those are 4mm thickness, if I remember right. Oops. Yeah, the plates are 4mm thickness. And they'll attach it with T-nuts to various places on the C-beam with T-nuts and an M5 screw. And then T-nuts, spacers. These are drop-in. These are drop-in T-nuts. There's one place you mount. I think it's when you mount the power supply. You actually can't put a T-nut in before you build, so you put it on the end of the screw, twist it, drop it in, and tighten it up. You know, lots of these T-nuts, more spacers of different thicknesses for different things. These tall spacers are to mount the stepper motors on the end of these plates. Hold it up at the right height. More of the 4mm thick brackets, just a different configuration. And then a bunch more of the corner brackets, and these are not the black anodized ones. So, there's a couple of L brackets too. I believe those are to mount the power supply. So that's it. That's all the parts needed to build my very own CNC machine, the OpenBuilds MiniMill. I'll put links down in the description to this video and some other information. But thanks for watching.